Hey, this is Owen with Overtake, and today we're talking about our new Hi-Lift Hood Struts for the 2022 Plus BRZ and GR86. So one of the biggest complaints we've seen on the BRZ first and second gen is that there's no factory hood strut option. It's just, you're stuck with the prop here. The other thing that goes along with that is the hood doesn't open very far. So we have come up with kind of a double whammy solution, which is our Hi-Lift Hood Strut kit here. So I'm gonna do a little unboxing. Inside of here, you'll see we have hardware. We have a pack by card. These ones are packed by Doug. And then a little QR code to this install guide and a sticker. And then in here we have a couple more brackets as well as the hood struts themselves. All right, so you'll see all the small hardware comes nicely organized in a little plastic bag here. We'll get that all opened up. So all the hardware here and all the parts included in this kit are really just the best that we could possibly make. So our brackets are texture black powder coated steel. Really, they're gonna outlast your car. And then getting into our hardware here, we have nice JIS spec bolts and nuts, some nice grommets to protect your hood, and then some custom 303 stainless steel ball studs to go with these struts and these ends. They'll just click right into place. So with that, let's get into the install on the car. So we're gonna get started by installing the lower bracket here. That is gonna be very simple. You're gonna start by removing just this little clip right here. And that's just gonna pop up and out. And then we're gonna remove this factory 10mm bolt. You can take your bracket here, and you wanna have this tab sticking upwards, facing towards the middle of the car. So you're gonna drop this little prong into the hole where that clip was, and then your other hole here is gonna line up with that bolt. Then you'll take one of the longer M6 bolts that's included in your kit and just start threading that into place. And get that tightened down. All right, so next we're gonna get our hood bracket on. So the first step in that is gonna be to take one of these little black rubber grommets, and you'll have this larger hole on the end here by the bent tab. And you're gonna wanna push that in from the back side like this. And then what you're gonna wanna do, your two 12mm nuts on the hood here, you just wanna crack those loose. This lower one, you can leave it just on there, but loose, back it off a few turns. This top one you will need to completely remove. Oh, jeez. And then, like I said, with that upper one off, you can just back the lower one off a few turns. All right, there should be enough. And now you can take your bracket here and make sure that you have, yep. And so this is gonna be oriented like this on the hood. So you wanna have this bent tab facing the middle of the car. And then this slight bend that you see here is gonna follow the contour of the hood. So you want that, if it's laying flat, you want it bent up. So you're just going to hold it flat here, slide this open end over the stud underneath there. You may need to loosen up that nut a little more. Then you can get your bracket slid into place like that. Get it loosely secured with that upper nut and get that back in place. Now you can go ahead and retighten both of these factory nuts here. So we have our upper bracket and lower bracket in place. So before we get our strut on here, we do have to install our ball studs. So these are just gonna be one stud and one of these nylock nuts. And you're gonna have your stud facing the outside of the car on both the top and the bottom. And then you just get that nut threaded on there, like that. I'll get this one loosely installed as well, and then I'm gonna come back in and tighten them. So the ball stud has a 12mm hex and these nuts are 13mm. And the same for the upper. There we go. And now we can take our strut and get that clicked into place. When you go to install your strut, you do want the narrow side facing down. That's just the way these struts are valved. And then you want it so that the logo, these arrows are pointing upwards. So we will go ahead and release the factory hood prop here. And then we'll get the lower clicked into place down there. And then the upper as well, just clicks into place like that. All right, so we have one side all wrapped up. The other side is gonna be the exact same, so I'm just gonna take care of that quick off camera. So now we have both sides knocked out here. I'll give you a little comparison. This is what the factory height is on the prop. We get rid of the prop, and there we go. And as you can see, hood is now supporting itself. You can go ahead and just remove your factory hood prop from here. All right, so as you can see, this is a very simple install for a very big quality of life improvement. Having the hood support itself, there's nothing like it. If you want to upgrade your car from your old manual hood prop to a set of Overtake Hi-Lift Hood Struts, head on over to the link down in the description and grab a set for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, drop us a subscription here on YouTube and go follow us at Overtake USA over on our other social media profiles. Thank you and see you in the next one.